Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Stanek here. Today is an important day. We get a new data from the CPI report, so I think it's a good time to do a quick update about Bitcoin and show you possible scenarios, okay? So like always, remember, nothing you hear in this video is a financial advice, it's just my personal opinion. And this video is only for the education purposes. So like you see, we are on the 4-hourly chart, right? And in another 3.5 hours, the new CPI report numbers are expected to come, right? So I think the market will be driven by these numbers. And the volatility, like always, is highly expected. So it's really hard at this stage to say we might see a bounce or we are going lower. In this video, I will show you scenarios, okay? The options I'm looking at. So in previous video, there was a question in the title, is our correction over? So like you see now, we eventually lost this low by putting this lower low in here, okay? In the previous video, when I was looking on this chart, we still held the support of this wick, and technically we've been gathering in here for a bounce, right? We saw a bounce, but the problem is that was a really short-lived, and in my opinion Bitcoin is on the edge of doing something bigger, right? I don't want to say big, but bigger. And also I don't want to say we might shit the bed, but in the end of the day, if CPI report come back with poor numbers, we might see a bigger drop, okay? Like you see, the market is quite boring. Even the social engagement is going down on Twitter, Reddit, right? So I think in the end of the day, Bitcoin is not sexy anymore on $19,000. And there's a lot of people like myself sitting on the side waiting for lower prices, okay? I already bought my Bitcoin at this level. So are we going up and we have a chance of have a nice swing trade, or we basically going lower and we can load our bags, okay? So like I said, after this 5-wave impulsive move to the downside, I will expect here a bounce, okay? Potentially maybe something like this, okay? So we can come back and retest this trend line, this lower trend line in this big pattern rising wedge. This trend line was given us support so many times, okay? So it is an important trend line. And I think without any decent volume, without any bullish news, it will be very hard for Bitcoin to come back and break this trend line, okay? If we see some bullish action in the market, okay? And that's probably really depend on the CPI report at this stage, I will expect this move to the upside. But the question is how high this wave C can take us, okay? There is this high of high wave 4, and probably I will expect some retest of this level for sure. You also got put 0.5 fib, yeah, level in here. So $19,639. This is also the level I will be look after. But in the end of the day, I will expect Bitcoin to hit this trend line again, okay? And with a bit of a help of volume, like you see, volume at the moment is quite poor. I would say maybe average. Yeah, you see all of the weekends are quite poor volume. But with a little bit of a FOMO and bullish volume, we might break this trend line and come back again to this rising wedge pattern, right? But it's hard for me to expect at this stage, in the very most bullish scenario, we can come back and break these highs in here at $20,460, okay? So the expectations are, with the good CPI report numbers, I will expect a bounce, okay? It's really hard to predict how strong will be the bounce. It will be enough volume to retest the half FIP, the 05 FIP in here at $19,640, or we can go back up to golden ratio. Remember, golden ratio is always a strong point of resistance and support for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin loves this level. So yeah, there is a high chance we might go up and retest those levels, okay? It's really hard to predict how strong will be the FOMO and how strong will be the bounce. How strong the bounce can be if the CPI report come back good. If you add the EMA, the 20 and 50 EMA in here, they will act as a resistance as well, right? You see the 4-hour 20 is above our head, and the 50 as well. So then again, the next question is, can we break through them? I think with the positive news from the CPI report, there is a really high chance we can break through this resistance, and this wave C in this ABC bounce from this bottom at 18,852 can take us to this upper levels, right? So everything between 19,600 and 20,000. So it's basically a $400 window in here, right? Because like I said, it's really hard to predict how strong will be the bounce. In the bearish case, of course, because we need to talk about the bearish scenario and the bullish one. So the bullish one you already know, but with the bearish one, I will expect Bitcoin to go lower, right? And you need to remember that we are still on our way to those levels, right? The moment we lost the support of this trend line and we've been going lower, we've been breaking to the downside from this rising wedge formation. We are on our way to our technical target, approximately $18,250. So for the purposes of this video, I mark down with the white lines the next expected retest points, okay? So we got this swing low in here at 18,480 and this swing low in here at 18,158. So with the bearish CPI report, I will expect us to go lower, right, to those levels. That would be my next support level. Of course, in the most bearish scenario, we might go lower or all the way down to $17,600 to retest this low, right? Our current bear market bottom. But in the end of the day, no one knows how strong will be the sell-off, all right, or the move to the downside. So I will expect Bitcoin to retest one of those levels in here, right? The level of $18,158 seems to be more probable than the 18,480, but it's really hard to predict how strong will be the sell-off, right? But if you see Bitcoin shitting the bed, I will expect us to go to those levels, everything between 18,158 and 17,600. So you need to remember that at this stage, the price action will be driven by the CPI report and potentially by expectations. What might happen in next FOMC meeting and what kind of decision we can expect from the Fed. Okay, that's about it for this video. I hope video was helpful, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you.